Coming to you straight from the Rio Grande and beyond. Broadcasting to the four corners of the globe. So grab your seat, your coffee, or your sundowner.
Okay, everybody, here we go.
On point, as always. This is Gloves Off. Gloves Off.
COVID left behind, because we have technology. People can talk to each other from around the world.
Yeah, that is a good thing.
And that's something that it also inspired us within the podcast to do, because there's a lot of stories out there of people, of artists, of people trying to make it, doing something better. And I love art. I like what you're doing, and
Thank you.
And it represents a little bit of time of what our lives are, and regardless of what time frame in history the art comes from, it brings us back to that particular time of what was going on. And I think that's the beauty of art. And there's so much differences in art. Some people might paint the landscape out, like, for example, Mount Rushmore.
Mm-hmm.
But your art is catchy because you're catching what life is in different parts of the cities, and that's the joy of that. Because when I see your art, especially like the Waffle House, you can tell right away. Wait a minute, I've been to one. I've been to a Waffle House near Dallas. It looked the same. In Houston, it looks the same.
Yeah, it all looks the same. It all looks the same, and then so many different kinds of people pass through them is what makes it special to me. So yeah.
Let's talk about your art. Let's talk about what makes it different.
Okay, you're asking me?
Yes.
Well, okay. Well, what makes it different for me? Well, I mean, it's funny. In New York City, when I was a street artist, I was a street artist for many years, and I did stuff for like the New Yorker and other publications. But my main source of income was being a street artist, and I would sell illustrations of New York, of like the seedier side of New York, to people all over the world. And it was the people that really inspired me in New York. You could just like stand on the street corner and be so many different kinds of people and things to see. And then I moved to Savannah, and I'm single mom, 3 kids, not so much time on my hand, but I couldn't find anything that really inspired me here. And it took me a while. And then I started this theme with like road trips, because I'd go back and forth with my kids to New York many years. And then I started like things like the Waffle House, things that old things that people pass by from one place to another, like Sure. Fleeting moments kind of in our lives that connect us all. Like we're all going down a highway at one point in our lives. We're all passing the same things. So that brings us all together in a certain sense. And I think, that's and I find that my art is like touching. What makes me really happy is I find like I'm connecting with all kinds of people maybe I wouldn't have connected with through the Waffle House, which is really a beautiful thing for me.
You're correct. And as I was seeing some of the pictures of your art, you capture moments in time which people throughout, for that instance of that fight that occurred in
and I didn't even know that was like a there's like a cult following about that. I had no idea when I started those. I didn't know it was like a whole thing.
Absolutely. And you see that, and everybody in social media probably saw it at one period of time, just looked through it, and
Mm-hmm.
some of us saw the whole thing, some of them just saw portions of it, but they remember exactly what was going on, and you captured that. And those are parts of time that connect everybody together,
Yeah.
And I could have said that if you wouldn't have told me that your full story about being a street artist, I could have said you have that feeling, because no matter where I go in the world, and I'm teaching, I always bring something back from there. And at first I started with buying trinkets and stuff for my kids. And I said, you know what? I like the street art. Let's collect something. If we go someplace and there's some artist that's doing something, buy something from that place. Take
Mm-hmm.
it with you. That is something that's going to connect you back.
Yeah.
And no, every city, quote unquote, will have a street artist someplace.
Yeah. 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 No, I mean, actually here in Savannah, I see that it's sort of starting the street artist thing here, but I don't think I wanted, what am I, 54? I don't know. I don't know. I don't feel, it was a passion to be on the street in New York City selling art, but I was in my 20s and it was the most amazing thing in the world.
Sure. And well, absolutely. But some cities take that culture, they've had it there for a long time. New York is one of them, Paris is another one, Philadelphia, Chicago, and some other cities, Austin, Texas is one that's always had that kind of momentum going, that
Mhm.
tourist. If you have more touristic following within the city, you're going to have that growth. And
Yeah.
if you don't have it, it's going to take a while to develop it.
Yeah.
But it's there. It's somebody can find it someplace.
Yeah.
I think it needs that touristic influence into it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, out of all your paintings, which is the one you like the most?
Which is the one out of all the Waffle Houses or out of all the,
Everything that you've done.
oh gosh. I have a few from my motherhood series that I really like. I don't know if I sent you any. There's like a few where I'm pushing a double stroller, and one I'm on the front. I'm pushing it forward, and you see my front view, and the other is it's the back view. But I forgot to put my undies on because I'm so hectic, so you don't see the panties on the back of her. But I don't know. I just have favorites throughout the years. Like there's like
Sure.
for now the Waffle House series. I like. There's one behind me. I like the one with the cops. Actually, I like the Waffle House Wendy's. I made a video of it with all the images from the Waffle House Wendy. I really like that because it's almost like a still animation. I don't know what it is, but I like that. I think different periods of my life, I have favorite piece that I've done that felt something special to me.
Sure. And how has Savannah? How has that culture looked towards your art, or have they embraced it, or how?
I think they're starting to and actually over COVID. So as a single mom, I had a lot of stupid part-time jobs, and I've been doing art here and there and going to fairs. And now in the last 3 years, I'm a full-time artist. But over COVID, I was doing pet portraits and I was making a good living with those. I'm still doing them, but it's not really my passion. I love it. I really do. But when it got slow and dead, that's when I was able to explore all the Southern scenes. I didn't want to do marshes. I didn't want to do like the typical Southern thing you see. I wanted to do something that had a little bit, I don't know, a little different, a little bit more, gritty or real. Everybody sees a pretty painting of a marsh, but how many people see a painting of I did one of the globe here in Savannah. We have like a water tower that's like the earth. And I took a photo and there was a guy passing by on a bike. But all Savannahans pass that. That's something we all see, and it's, I don't know. I think they're starting to appreciate it. I'm trying to get a show somewhere. That's my goal. I haven't been selling any of the Waffle Houses and stuff. I'd like to get a show with all of it. That's my goal. I've been trying to find a place.
Have you gone to Atlanta?
I've contacted some galleries in Atlanta, but it's really hard as an artist to find, I don't know.
Absolutely.
you got to know somebody or something. It's like, I mean, that's for most artists, it's very hard to get, you know.
Somebody has to see you, somebody has to recognize it, somebody has to appreciate it, and then it's going to go forward from there. And
Yeah.
that's just what happens. And
Yeah.
you're doing a great job with it with Facebook. Have you tried TikTok? Have you tried Instagram?
I have an Instagram. Actually, I sell all my stuff through Facebook and Instagram. Honestly, that's how I don't make a lot of money. I live month to month, but it's been like my storefront, and I'll pay for ads, I'll pay $25 for the week and I'll, get some more followers. And then I get somebody who wants a t-shirt or, who wants a print. But my pet portraits are definitely my bigger price items right now, for sure.
Sure.
I have a whole separate page for that. Like I keep my art that's really unique to me, and then I have my pet portrait page, which is more upbeat and happy. I don't show any of my dark stuff on that page.
But it's not really dark. It's just life.
Yeah, no, but like some people, since you're on the internet, you don't like. I've been like, what are they? Facebook prison for posting a freaking naked picture. I mean, it's insane. So I try to like, at least the pet portrait. I don't know who's on there. There's all people with different kinds of views. Like I keep it kind of not political at all, just pets.
Sure. Sure, I understand what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And it's hard, most small businesses are hard, and like they always say, you need to be posting a lot for people to be looking at it. And a lot of people say, well, I post once or twice a week. No, actually you should be posting between, and I'm talking about all the social media realm,
Yeah.
LinkedIn and Facebook and
yeah, I'm on LinkedIn.
And you're supposed to be posting at least anywhere between 7 to 12 times per day.
Yeah. Well, people might get annoyed. Like and actually my dad who passed away a while back, he said, no matter what you do, you make sure you're in that studio painting every single day, no matter even if it's shit. He said, you need to just be there doing it. So I'm in my studio every morning and I post what I'm working on, and people can get annoyed with it or not. I don't care. It's like an open studio, and I have a lot of artist friends who I've known from all over the place that are doing the same thing, so we can comment on each other's work. It's like we're in each other's studio.
Absolutely. Maybe you should do some small little videos and clips and put them out there, and Facebook Reels or it's something that's going on right now that's basically free. Nobody's touching base with. You have TikTok as well. You have Twitter. You have everything that you can write something about and throw it out there and have people just read, but you have to do it.
Yeah.
LinkedIn, I would write an article, and write 2-3 articles, sit down, make a big one, make a 2-3 part article about it, and you put every 2 days you put a part of your article on there with some of the paintings, and that's how you'll say eventually people are going to catch on. They're going to know who you are. They're going to gravitate.
Well, I have there's a newspaper called The Independent, which I guess I'm waiting. They're supposed to be featuring my stuff hopefully soon. And then another newspaper magazine just contacted me. So like it seems to be slowly kind of getting there slowly,
It'll be there. It'll be there.
Yeah.
It'll be there. Absolutely. Because your work is wonderful. It has appeal to it. It has energy to it, and as well as it's how can I put it? It's in people's memory.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
You can have a swing set out there and have a painting of a swing set with a little girl. Everybody saw that when they were growing up.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's where it's at. It's not about dreaming. It's something that we've passed through there.
Well, it's like for me, it's storytelling with images. I'm a really horrible writer, but I can tell a story with images.
Absolutely. Let me ask you this: if somebody wanted to buy some of your art, some of your work, how can they get a hold of you?
Well, they can connect through my Instagram or my Facebook or I have a website. It's not the best website, and I sell prints off the website. And then I do commission work. So if somebody, I get people asking me to paint their restaurant, or I have people asking me to paint their house or so I'll get messages for custom work as well. But right now I have my website, which is linked on my Facebook and my Instagram. My TikTok, I don't really use that much. I'm not that great at it. And then I have a LinkedIn where I've connected with a lot of people who work at Waffle House. I've even connected with the CEO of Waffle House, Walt Elmer. So,
and that's the way it should be. And
yeah,
they should push it, because it's history on them as well.
yeah. I'm sure they don't want the police scenes so much, maybe.
It's part of life,
Yeah.
You can say that the police hadn't stopped by and ate donuts or ate a waffle. It
Yeah,
happens all the time. But I understand where you're coming from.
yeah, yeah.
But let me do this for those folks that are interested. I'll put it in the description. I'll put your addresses and so on and so forth.
Yeah. You can put my email and and all that sort of stuff there.
And tell me, what are you working on now?
What am I working on now? Let me see. Well, I have how do I show? Okay, well, right now I have a couple of dog portraits right now. Let me see if I'm working on this one. I don't know if you can see it.
That's nice.
Yeah, I'm working on that. Let's see. I don't know how it's hard to sell, but I'm kind of finishing this one up. It's a lady on a motorcycle.
Sure.
And then this was a collab with a hip hop musician.
That's nice.
Yeah. What else is going on here? Let's see. So I don't know how to show you my studio. Can I show you my studio on this thing?
Sure, yeah. Just turn it.
I guess I can flip it, right?
Yeah.
Let me see. How do I do that? Hold on, I'm trying to flip it. I don't know. Okay, there we go. I got it. All right. This is my studio. So this is the Waffle House here.
Sure.
That's my dog. And I used to do, actually in Austin, Texas, there's a restaurant called Quattro Gatti that has some of my mosaics in their restaurant. But let's see here. These are like some of all my Waffle Houses. And then I've done vases made with glass from the marshes. Let's see. So this was me in New York City, street artist, protesting Giuliani. I was a street artist when Giuliani was trying to get us off the streets. And this is like some of the New Yorker stuff that I did. Let's see. And this is my table. So yeah, this is my messy table. There's some more of my mosaics. And then this is the globe. It's a Waffle House. Cat. So yeah. So I've always got something going on. Let me flip it. Hold on. Okay, yeah, so.
But that's the way it should be. That's the way it should be. It's a life of an artist. And especially if you have a storefront, you better be working on it, because you have people that are coming in. And you're located in Savannah. All that's going to be in the description. If anybody wishes to purchase some of the prints, we'll be showing them towards the end and throughout the video. We'll show them again. And for you all to look, because it's amazing. I like it.
Well, thank you.
And we'll do it again. We'll catch up with you again, probably in about another 6 months. Let's get it towards the end of the year, and we'll say, how's everything coming up now? How's everything?
I'll tell you, I'm making millions, and I'm.
That's what we want to hear.
And I opened up a school.
But you know what? That it is needed. And those schools are needed for our kids, because our kids, number one, are losing something, and they're not only losing something in our school it's hard now.
It is
And
hard.
I wish we had, I teach martial arts. A lot of people know that, and we have to connect them to it. There's a lot of parents that they love our kids and so on and so forth, but they're working, but there's that disconnect.
There is a disconnect.
And that's where people can go anywhere else. And when you spend too much time in one place, like school,
Yeah.
you're not only learning how to read and write. You're learning other things, and
Yeah.
sometimes those other things are in a different world, on a different road that we don't know anything about. And some parents say, well, some schools will argue the fact and say, well, they were with it from 4 o'clock in the afternoon to 8 o'clock in the morning. They're with the parents, yeah, but 8 hours they're asleep. They're really not with
Yeah.
anybody. They're
No.
influenced. And most kids are really with their parents maybe 30 minutes to an hour per day.
Yeah.
So we have to art. I think would be a beautiful if the school, if you could do some type of after school program for kids to come in there and learn how to paint, learn how to take it, and learn how to. There's so much you can learn from it.
Yeah, I did that when my kids were in school. I'd go and do stuff with the kids, but I do want to do that again at some point.
I think you should, because
Sure.
yeah, you should, because not only that, they'll learn how to respect everything as well.
Yeah, if you go on my Facebook page, there's some albums on there where there were classes that I taught. I did like classes for mosaics. I did a whole class, basically kind of based on Keith Haring's work, but I have some albums in there where you see me teaching.
Awesome. Then that's the way it should be. And I want to thank you for that.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. And once more, thank you for your time. And
thank you. It was a pleasure.
Because your time is immortalized, and is going to be immortalized in those paintings.
Thank you so much for inviting me. I'm really honored.
No, that's the way it should be.
All right. Well, it was a pleasure meeting you.
Until next time, much luck. And folks out there, go check out her work. And you also have a piece of her work in your office. I guarantee you it's going to change. Till next time, much luck. Bye.
All right. Thanks. Talk to you later.